Lost myself within the fire, breaking free from my On this journey we will find our souls begin to intertwine. Your heart of gold, so pure, divine, and I lost myself within the fire, breaking free from my desire. A heart of gold, forged you to inspire. It's starfire. It's starfire. On this journey we will find our souls begin to intertwine. Your heart of gold, so pure, divine, and I lost myself within the fire, breaking free from my desire. A heart of gold, forged you to inspire. It's starfire. It's starfire, 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 it's starfire, starfire, it's starfire.
welcome to Simplay Motorsport, and today we're here with the GT5s. I'm your host, Liam Bostock, also known as That Body Boy, with co-host Jamie Brazier, also known as Big Boy Brazier. How are you, Jamie?
Good evening. I'm very well, thank you, Liam. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. So we're here with the GT5 category, new season, in fact. First track, Indy, Brands Hatch Indy. What do you reckon to this track, Jamie?
It's quite a short circuit, so everyone's going to be quite close together, and yeah. So there's no margin for error because they're so close together. You get run out wide, everyone's going to come streaming past you around here.
Yep. So let's go through who we have. So we have Peaceful Explosion in the green 11 livery. Then we have Little Leech 774 in the 31 livery. We have Dean Wysocki in the 14 livery. We have Fury in the 20 livery. It's 19 in fact. Sorry about that.
Yep, 19.
We have Don Productions in the... I need to have this... 25 livery. We have D Biggs, who's off in this.
D Biggs is number 55.
Yeah.
DJ Phil number 2. NJ is NJ number 29. Rabbit Joe is number 49. Unorthodox in his very distinctive number 16. Keegs in number 20 and Matahimovic in number 32.
Thank you, Jamie. So, quite an interesting grid.
Yeah, so as we've seen from before, we've seen that Dan's a past GT5 champion on another league, as is Matt. He's a past GT5 champion on another league. We know Little Leech is very quick in these, and from what we've seen before, Dean Wysocki's quite quick as well, so he might throw in a surprise. But yeah, there are a lot of front runners who could definitely take the championship.
Who are your thoughts on for pole?
I'd have to say Dan. He's so quick in these GT5s, but it will be incredibly close just because of how the cars are.
Okay. So we've got Matahimovic coming down the start straight. We're gonna stay with him for a lap.
He goes on to pole position as well with a 50.26, just 38 hundredths in front of D-Big, so that underlines how close it is going to be.
Oh yeah. I've also realised Matahimovic and Little Leech are also in the same livery. Well, not same livery.
Yeah,
same team livery.
Yeah, Craig's number 31, Matt's number 32.
Right, so as Matt's coming around the last turn to start a new lap. Oh, and he's
goes quicker again. Yeah, by a tenth, he's gone quicker by a tenth, just over a tenth of a second. So he's pulled even further away from D Biggs now. So we'll have to see what everyone else can do. Dan's 1.3 off at the minute, so that's not very realistic, or not a very good time at the minute from Dan. But we know what he can do. Dean as well, 3.1 off. Have to see who else can go quite quickly. I haven't seen much of anyone in these cars, so yeah.
Yes indeed. Thing about motor racing, you can always improve on your time. I think I heard this in F1 the other day. There's always room for improvement. As who was that who just went quicker? sure.
That was Dan. He's gone quicker by. I think he went quicker by a tenth of a second. But he's got. I think that's Keegs. Keegs just in front, who's impeding his up. Oh, there's a bit of contact there between Keegs and Matt. And they're in the wall, so they'll return to the pits. His Dom Productions now about to start a lap.
Yeah, and
We'll go on board with Dan.
So he goes around Paddock Hill Bend.
Paddock Hill.
Paddock Hill, there we go. Haleswood Hill, he's just gone through. Now he's going through Druids. So then come up to Green Hill Bend.
Who's he just got in front? He's got Beery in front?
It's one of the...
No, it might be. It's Peaceful in front.
Coming around Clearways to come to Clark Curve. To go back onto the Bramham Straight.
He's getting a deep, very lovely slipstream from Peaceful. He goes 200ths quicker, but that doesn't put him forward it anymore. Matt's still on pole. Here's
Rabbit Joe
Rabbit
starting a lap in just coming down Bramham Hill, Bramham Straight even. Sorry. To come around Paddock Hill Bend again. To Haleswood Hill.
Up to Haleswood Hills, up to the tight hairpin of Druids, and then it's the short downhill run to Graham Hill. Very easy to put the car on the grass here. And he goes back into the pits.
Who we got next? We've got Dom Productions, who was just going over the line there. DY Soccer.
Oh, deep. He's up the curb. You're not going to find any time up there, Dean.
That's indeed. Who's that in front of him? Oh, he's a bit touchy there. There's number 20, so that would be Keegs.
Yep, that will be Keegs, who's giving Dean a lovely toe.
Slipstream. So these two both go over the line. Any improvements? I don't think so. I think they might have been on an outlap then. So Dean coming around the Druids to come down Graham Hill. Oh, never mind. Oh, don't want to be in there, Dean. Oh, another person in the background having a bit of a twitch. Who was that? That might have been Rabbit Joe or DJ Phil, in fact. One or two, they were both in pits. Right. Who else is there coming on a lap? Who was that who's just gone down Paddock Hill? That's Fury.
Yep, he's now coming down the Cooper Straight into Surtees toward. Oh, he's all over the curb there. But he's still a tenth up, but he'll have to give a bit of time back because he's just gone far too wide, and that'd definitely be track limits. Dan's got a bit closer to Matt, but not as close as he'd like. He's still 4 tenths off.
Oh, Matt may run away here with pole position. There is still 5 minutes left of the session, but we'll have to see if anyone can go quicker than a 58.123. As Keegs coming down the Bramham Straight.
Oh, he's 2 tenths down there. That's what you can do this lap into clear ways, run it wide, but not as wide as the gravel into Druids. Oh, bit squirrely there.
What? No.
Then towards Clark Curve and into Clearways towards the Bramham Straight, where he'll complete the lap.
Yeah, just gonna have to bear with me for 1 second.
He's now about to come across the line. Ooh, who's that having a bit of problem in the pit lane? I think that might be DJ Phil. Keegs improves and he goes to 7th.
Hello.
Traffic in front of him and he's just down on his time. Done there, but he might be able to get a bit of a slipstream off the 2 cars in front, which looks like Dean and Fury. All Fury all up the curb. Don will now get a lovely tow down here, but Dean's onto the gravel, so that's his lap ruined. Here comes Don across the line, bit of a flash of lights there from Dean. Don comes across the line and he's up on his time, goes up to 5th ahead of Fury. Craig just behind NJ, now back to start, now back to come onto his lap. Ooh, might have touched the gravel there, lost him some speed. He's getting a beautiful tow. So perhaps this is the team games. All NJ are getting the rear end out. All contact between the 2 of them. That's not going to help either of them whatsoever for this lap. Matt sat in the pit lane. Matt, Peaceful and DJ Phil sat in the pit lane. Craig is 3/10 down, so without the tow he's not gonna beat that at all. D-Big's a man in 2nd place at the minute, front row of the grid. Ooh, that was Dean all up the curb at Paddock Hill. That's not what you want to do, Dean. You'll find no time out in the gravel bed. You might be able to get a turn in the gravel bed, but no time will be found there. D-Big's down on his time through the first sector. Getting a bit of a tow from, I believe that's Keegs again in front. Still just under 2/10 down.
It might even be Fury.
Coming round to complete the lap. He's getting the...
That was muted.
He's got the tow, and he's just down.
Yeah, I believe that was Fury. If I'm right, Keegs is one. Yeah, if I'm right,
it's clear. Keegs is in front. Keegs has got the pink headlights. Fury has. They both have pink headlights. Or pink wind mirrors. So that's not too much of a help.
Well,
Fury, near enough 8 seconds down. So he must have made a mistake that lap.
Here we go.
Matt Himovic he's wanting to get. He needs to get out of the pit lane if he wants to do another lap. Because he could be in trouble, especially if someone goes faster than him, because he won't be able to respond. And there we go. D-Biggs has just done a faster lap time at 50.0. Will Matt be able to get out of the pits in time for another lap, or is second good enough for him? It is a long race.
If Matt
so
wants to get out, if Matt wants another time, he needs to get out of the pits right now. Actually, in fact,
he's not out of the pits. He's not getting another time in.
He must be
So
happy with second.
Matt Hemmer, yep.
Oh.
Fury's not going to improve. Who's next?
Fury in the pits. Keegs coming over the line now.
So the people who will not get another lap in is Matt Himovic, Dom Productions, Fury, Rabbit Joe, and DJ Phil, who hasn't set a time.
Oh,
Dean getting all that shape. Keegs in the gravel, so that'll be his lap.
That won't be very good for where he wants to be. So, who's coming up to the end of their laps? Craig is just started a lap.
He's just got across the line. Yeah, he's just got across the line in time. Who's that now coming to finish their lap?
That will probably be NJ.
That's NJ. I'm noticing with NJ, he's got quite a bit of fuel in compared to all the others. He's got around 20 litres of fuel in. Whereas you look at Dan, he's got 0.1, so I don't know whether he'll even complete the lap.
No, he's
pitting. Craig's got a lot of fuel in as well, so I wonder if they're doing race runs.
Maybe.
No, so yeah, we won't see Craig improve this lap.
Well,
Craig comes across the line.
P4. If I saw that, yep, P4.
Yep,
P4. So who we have? We have V-Bigs in first, Mahimovic is second, Unorthodox in third, Little Leach in fourth, Don Productions in fifth, Fury in sixth, Keeks in seventh, NJ in eighth, Peaceful Explosion ninth, Rabbit Joe 10th, Dean Wysocki 11th, and DJ Phil Green 12th, who didn't set a time. So, we're on the start line.
Who's your money on for this one, Liam?
My money, I'm gonna have to say Mahimovic. I've seen his pace. I think he's got a shot. I've obviously seen him through the week and whatnot. He's a good GT5 driver, so we'll see what he can do. Who's your money on, Jamie?
My money is on Unorthodox. We know he's very fast in the GT5. It will be extremely close though, but I reckon Unorthodox will just edge it.
Okay. Right, so we're just waiting for people now to get the setups ready, to get the green lights, red lights, whatever lights on, to get them going.
Yeah, it's going to be quite an interesting run down to Paddock Hill. There's not a huge run, not a very long run down there, and it'll be whoever can be bravest onto the brakes, and whoever brakes latest may end up in the gravel bed. We just need everyone to be clean. The race isn't won on lap 1. There's 42 laps, so yeah, keep it clean. That's what we want to see for the first GT5 race.
That's all we want to see in any race, as it looks like the lights are going to be out. 1 light, 2 light, 3 light, and we're off. Who's that? Dom Productions looks like he's got a brilliant
Matt's got
start.
A brilliant start. He's jumped. Oh, there's a car in the wall. That looks like that was Dom. D-Big squeeze. He was being squeezed. Oh, that's Dan.
Who's that?
Dan's in the gravel. Dan's in the gravel.
Oh. All coming around.
Dan's all the way down. Oh.
Oh.
He's right to the back, but Mahimovic has got a brilliant launch. He jumped the bigs off the line, and he's already gone. Oh, that's peaceful, just running onto the grass there.
Eventful first lap, but nothing dirty from what's seen. So let's keep that up.
Keeks has made a mistake. Oh, he's off.
Keeks.
He's off at 30.
A lot of people off the track. Oh.
NJ's already in the pits, and I think he's got a 10-second time penalty because he's sped in the pit lane. So that's already not good. But D-Biggs wants that pit lane. Yeah. D-Biggs wants that first position back. He's all over the back of Mahimovic. Matt's going to be looking left, right, wherever. He's just going to see that blue Ginetta filling his rearview mirrors. Runs a little wide there. The top 5 have already pulled a bit of a gap to Dean, who's had a brilliant first lap, considering he started down near the back. He's already passed near enough half the grid, so that's a brilliant start from Dean Wysocki.
So So coming over the line to start lap 3. Well, not much really to say, except...
Oh, I think Keegs has made another mistake because he's now dropped back behind NJ. But D Biggs is just going to keep putting pressure on.
Who's
Oh,
that?
that's Fury. He's made a mistake and he's dropped to the back of this train now.
Oh, you don't want to be doing that. Don't want to be doing that.
That puts a little Leach up into third and Don up to fourth. But the front two are already building quite a big gap. They're already a second to the good. Keegs in the pits.
Keegs is in the pit.
He's now pulling.
There's 2 people who's pitted before the pit window. Which
so they will. They'll need to pit again.
It is on lap 14. It was also posted on the Facebook group. But if you're watching now and you're not on the Facebook group, go and follow us. But the pit window is on lap 14.
D Biggs is still shadowing Matt, but Matt's pulled a little bit more of a gap there.
The benefit of D Biggs right now will be he will be getting Matt's slipstream, whereas Matt's going to be having to pull everything left, right, centre just to keep him behind.
I think Dan's made another mistake. Yeah, he has up the top, up towards Druids. He's fallen a long way off now.
You must feel it for Dan. Qualified in P3 or P4.
P3. Oh, D Big's having a look. Not quite. Is he going to run it wide? No.
Yeah, you must feel sad for him. He's qualified in P3 to be down in P11.
Yeah, it's not the best, but he's got another 40 or so laps to build it back. Then he's in the pit. He's in the pits already. So that Fury's got back past Don, but here goes Don into Surtees on the inside. Fury gonna look for to go back through. No, he can't.
Him off to keep in front.
But Fury's got the run. He's got the run down through clearways onto the Brabham Straight, and Fury's done very well to get that back. Dan's still in the pits. He's now a lap. Don and Fury still having a big old bat. Dan's now leaving the pit lane, and that's that's NJ now going past. There's Fury still in front of Don, but Don will be looking to get that position back. Oh, D Biggs must have made a mistake because he's now dropped to 1.6 behind Matahimovic, and he's got Little Leach all over the back of him. Fury and Dom Production still going at it, but Matt's checked out. He's gone. Don not having a look into Druids, not getting the run. No look into Paddock Hill either. Into Graham Hill, sorry. 2 battles we can see now are the only 2 on track, but everyone's just biding their time. It's a long race. Don seems just to be slipping back a bit from Fury. You now have DJ Phil and Rabbit Joe are starting to close on each other. DJ Phil's done very well to get up to where he is, considering he started last, up ahead of NJ Keegs and none of those. I know they've pitted, but he's still done very well. Oh, what's happened to Fury? Fury's gone off. He's dropped 5 seconds behind Dom Productions, so he must have had a big mistake there. Oh, that's Peaceful running just a tad wide out of Graham Hill. DJ Phil and Rabbit Joe still locked in battle. Coming down towards 30s. Oh, DJ. Oh, who's that? That's Peaceful off. Peaceful's lost it on the left. At the right hander. Oh, and Rabbit Joe almost hits the gravel. Done very well to keep it out of there. Now, Fury's made that mistake and he's got Dean Wasocki only a few seconds back from him, so another mistake and he might lose a position to Dean. Dean will be up into 5th, which would be brilliant for him. Oh, Rabbit Joe having a bit of a look into Druids, not being able to make the position. Oh, that's DJ Phil very wide. Rabbit Joe can't get the run though. D-Biggs and Little Luke still within a second of each other. Two very interesting lines through clearways. DJ Phil keeps it wide and Rabbit Joe was keeping it quite tight then. NJ's closing up onto the back of them, so is Peaceful. And there's a lapped car in there, and I believe that is unorthodox. Yes, it is. Craig's starting to drop back a bit. Oh, there's contact. That's NJ and unorthodox. So Dan's miserable night continues. He's collected in an incident now. Nothing anyone could do about that. NJ just looked up. Yeah, NJ just lost it on his own, and poor old Dan was just collected. Back to the battle between Rabbit Joe and DJ Phil. Joe just can't seem to close that gap at all. The gap isn't coming down. It's staying around the 6/10 mark. Oh, he's got a bit of a run though now. Will he send it up the inside? No. Thinks better of it. But DJ Phil got a bit of a slow exit out of Druids. But he's pulled a 10th or 2. He's very wide again. DJ Phil will have to watch himself there, because a few more times and he could get a penalty for track limits, because yeah, he's extending the track quite a bit there. D-Biggs is starting to bring the gap down to Matt Hemovich though. It was 1.6, it's now down to 1.4. So has Matt made a little mistake or something, or is D-Biggs just starting to close in? Because D-Biggs has dropped Little Leach by 1.5 seconds and is trying to pull in Matt Hemovich. Oh, DJ Phil, he's very tight around Druid. He keeps collecting the grass. Keeps it nice and tight around there this time.
Yeah, sorry about that. I had my mic on mute. Yeah. Is that Joe that's just... DJ Phil has pulled away from Joe. With Peaceful coming up behind Joe. Joe is struggling. Joe looks like he is struggling.
Yeah, he's a little wide there. Not wide enough so he's on the gravel. But he has lost. He's lost about 8/10 to DJ Phil, and DJ Phil's just gapping him now. But D-Biggs has closed the gap to Matt Hemovich. He's now down to a second. And he was about 2/10 quicker that lap
Little
as well.
Lost quite a lot of time. I realised he lost like 3 or so attempts a lap or 2 ago. He's now nearly in a couple more attempts down to a second.
Yeah, the gap is within a second now, and between Matt and D Biggs.
D
Got
Biggs
three.
must
Got
be
this.
absolutely hammering that car just to try and get in pace with Matt Himovic.
Oh, DJ Phil's must have had a slow. Must have made a mistake somewhere because Rabbit Joe is now right on the back of him again. But Joe's made a mistake. Made a tiny mistake coming through Graham Hill.
Who's that behind?
And
Is that Dan? Is that
yeah,
Dan behind him? Yeah, he's been lapped from the looks of it as well. Oh, Dan.
he's got damage as well. He had contact. He's had contact with NJ.
Oh.
Not
going his way tonight.
No, but then there's a lot more rounds to come. I was going to say, even if he finishes last here, he's on pole. He's on pole for Donington Park. So,
well, like they say in racing, you can't win everything.
hey, exactly. Some I was going to say, they say motorsport is 10% enjoyment, 90% heartache.
Yeah.
Ooh, DJ Phil wide onto the grass. He just touched the grass, but he's going to get a good exit out of clearways now.
This is where Joe's gaining.
But he's in the slip, but he's not going to be close enough. I don't think.
Close enough. But if he stays in that slipstream and takes out the mistakes, he could try and make a move on DJ Phil. Oh, gain more.
Or
is he going to try and make
a move? Is he going to look?
No.
DJ Phil covers
Blocks
it.
Him.
But Joe, there's going to
bit of a tap there.
And Joe's the grass and he's off. He's off. He went for a look, it didn't work, and he's paid the consequence. And here comes the race leaders coming through now.
Here we go,
yeah. He's got NJ on the back of him as well.
Who's that?
Who's that? It's like that was Little Leach.
Oh.
Yeah, he had a massive slide through there. That's very impressive.
Well. So he doesn't need to be.
That's NJ.
He doesn't need to be wary of him. Not for position anyway. He doesn't want to be having those mistakes though. No, none of those little mistakes, because it can cost you positions, time, anything.
Yeah, as we're seeing with Rabbit Joe make one little mistake and he's paid the consequence, because I think he's made another mistake because he's dropped behind NJ and Keegs. So has Rabbit Joe got damage? No, he doesn't. From the looks of it, he doesn't. I think he's just caught the curb somewhere and just lost it. But now, DJ Phil's off, and he's off. He's off, and
he'll be letting
going very slow. He's very nicely staying out of the way there.
Yep, keeping himself clean, making sure nothing happens, like crashes are out. So we'll want to be seeing.
He'd let. However, that mistake let Peaceful Explosion through.
Oh.
Matt's starting to pull a few more car lengths away from D Biggs. He was quicker on the last lap, but only just though. So they're matching each other's pace. Ooh, got a bit of a twitch through there.
Twitch coming around.
Coming through Clark Curve there. This is where D Biggs will start to gain, but he's just lost a bit under brake, and he's lost a few hundredths. D Biggs was quicker that lap by about 2 hundredths of a second. Oh, thought Matt had touched the touched the gravel there, but this is the only battle on track at the minute. It was such a short track, you'd imagine there'd be a few more battles going on track. NJ's closing up onto the back of DJ Phil. That's Craig in the middle. I think Don's made a mistake because I believe he was not. I think he was not. I don't think he was too far from Craig, and he's now on to, and Fury's now catching him. Fury's only 4 seconds down the road from him. There's Don just now about to come over the line, and there you can see Fury in the background. But Matt was 4/10 of a second quicker that lap, so he's now pulled that gap out massively. They're the only two in the 50s as well, so that's incredible pace. Oh, and that's Rabbit Joe onto the gravel.
No bonnet. That would be Dan.
That's Unorthodox. He's possible. He can pit now if he wants for his mandatory pit stop.
Yes, mandatory pit stop.
The pit
window is open. Yeah.
Ooh.
It was open.
We've got NJ and DJ Phil going side by side, coming towards the timing line.
NJ has done DJ Phil, but can DJ Phil defend it off? Maybe get his position back? No, not.
He's going to look for the cut. No, he doesn't look for the cut back. Oh, he might have got the run. He might have got the run. Will he set?
Druid. Oh, he did look for the move, but NJ defended it very well.
Now Fury's into the pits for his mandatory pit stop.
That, if I'm right, is the first person who's pit after the pit window.
Yep. He's lost a. Dean's gone in front. Who's that? That's Dan's in front, and he's just going to come out in front of Peaceful with the race. He's lost. He's lost it. He's let the leaders come through, so. But he'll
avoid a collision. He stayed where he is, let the people by.
Yeah, he'll have lost a lot of time there, but thankfully he didn't crash into any of the race leaders.
That's a big incident.
Yeah, that's not what any of us want.
No.
Matt, again, he's pulled out a good second for the last few laps, and was D-Big. I thought D-Biggs has made a mistake then because the timing was going up quite a bit. It's gone back to normal now. There's not really many battles on track.
No, D-Biggs has obviously fell back behind Matt. Maybe he's made a bit of a mistake. Maybe he's just not matching the pace of Matahimovic. This is part of the race where stuff calms down, and it's usually the beginning and the end of a race that you will see. Oh, as we've lost Jamie. Yeah, it's usually the first part of the race and the last part of the race where you usually see your action. You do see your bits of action in the middle of the race, but that's usually where you've got your no man's land where not much really happens, to be fair. So until we've got Fury back, we are stuck on Jamie Brazier back. We are stuck on Fury, who will come over the line with Little Leech behind him, I believe that's Little Leech behind him. Yeah, indeed it is Little Leech. Little Leech is behind him, who is a lap in front of Fury. Oh, as Little Leech goes a bit wide there. Don't want to be doing that. Running on the grass doesn't always help the car. Sometimes it can, if you take a little bit, but it's not recommended. As we've just got Jamie Brazier back in. With Fury looking like he's behind DJ Phil to lap, or is that Joe? B.
The Apollo. about that. My house phone went off.
The phone of death, as
So the
I like to call it.
Back in.
Here we go.
Back in now, and D Biggs has closed back onto Matt. Oh, what's happened to DJ Phil? He's dropped down to 12th.
Oh, DJ Phil. Maybe he's gone through his pit stop. Maybe he's had a bit of a slide. Maybe a bit of a crash. Oh,
he's in the wall. He's in the wall.
I was hoping it was a pit stop, but crashes are inevitable. No, and
inevitable
in racing. So we are now on lap 28. Yep, lap 28 we are on now. Things should hopefully start seeing a bit more action.
Matt, that's Dean.
That's Dean being lapped by the...
He's not really letting D Biggs through. Oh, he's made contact with D Biggs. That's a bit naughty from Dean when he's supposed to be letting.
Bit of a flash there in the background to Dean as well.
Yeah, D Biggs not happy because Dean is meant to be letting leaders through. Unlike the GT3s, the lap cars are meant to be getting out of the way. I'm not sure if Dean knows this or what. He's getting out of the way. Oh no, he's not. Again, he's not getting out of the way of D Biggs.
He looks like he's
racing. D Biggs is not. Yeah, he's.
Look.
Dean.
Oh, that is dirty. Oh.
Dean, come.
We don't want to be seeing stuff like that, Dean. That's the kind of stuff you don't want to be seeing. Like it says in the rules and regs, you need to move out the way for cars. Especially move out the way for cars which are lapping you. That giving him a bit of a flash, that is. Oh.
Yeah, Dean needs to know to let people through.
A steward's inquiry.
Yeah, D Biggs might want to put that in. I think Unorthodox was trying to pass to unlap himself, and he's put Dan off as well.
Not going in the pits to fix what damage he has must be drivable, but the question is the damage puncturing his speed and how much he's been able to deliver on his laps?
Definitely, and Duffin in the comments. Is that different Wednesday and Thursdays then? Yes, it is. It is. The lap cars are like it was season 2, where they have to move out of the way of the leaders, not the leaders have to get through. Fury is on the back of Dean. Dean has he's seeming to trying to knock everyone off the track. I don't really know what he's doing, but
I don't know what's happening with him, but I know Dean. This isn't Dean. He usually lets people by if he's being passed.
Car round the outside of. I think that was Fury just lapping Dean. He had to go all the way round the outside of him.
Dean very wide there.
Dean's now he's now letting him out of the way. Wonder if there was a little bit of a push there. Fury up the curb. Dan all over the grass.
Fury though.
Yeah.
Driving a fairly good race in P5.
Yeah, he's having a very, very good race. Yeah, with D Big's instance with Dean, the gap's now up to 3.9 seconds. So Matt has pulled, with a bit of a helping hand, he's pulled out a bit of a gap. But remember, they've still
very wide there. Fury.
He's on the gravel. He's in the gravel. Get back on safely,
Stayed
Fury.
on the side of the track to make sure that it didn't cause any collisions.
And Dean comes back through. I apologise about. Yeah, I apologise. That wasn't Fury lapping Dean. That was a pass for position.
Oh.
Ooh.
So these two will be fighting it
Fury,
out now, going side by
Fury
side.
down the inside.
Oh, to get that position back, but can Dean gain his position back from what Fury has taken?
He'll have the slipstream coming down here, but he's just touched the
backing
gravel.
off a
And
little bit.
that's Craig into the pit.
Yep,
Mandatory pit stop.
Yep. This should be about the time when we're going to start seeing people coming in for the pit stops now, but between lap 30 and 40. Yeah, so Craig in the pit, coming back out the pit, so maybe just a bit of fuel. We'll find out. But coming back on track. Ian Thompson in the chat. Come on, Peaceful. Yeah, if I remember the last time we went on the cameras, he spun with Peaceful, unfortunately. But we're going to keep that one out of mind. We want Peaceful to do good. Who is also in P8 right now. He running a fairly good race. Not seen much of Peaceful except that of when he spun. Little Leech going over the line now though. With him lapped by 2 cars, someone on his lap, and everyone else is being lapped by him. So I'm gonna take a guess at it's the 2 leaders that are on his who have been lapped him, and Dom Productions, which is on his lap. So currently now we are running Matt in first, D-Biggs in second, Dom Production in third, Little Leech in fourth, Fury in fifth, Dean Wysocki in sixth, NJ in seventh, Peaceful Explosion in eighth, Keegs in ninth, Unorthodox in 10th, Rabbit Joe in 11th, and DJ Phil in 12th. NJ doing his mandatory pit stop then on lap 34 for him, if I am correct. Coming out now, may have been just a splash and dash, maybe put a bit of fuel in, maybe change the tyres. Also, I should probably take time to add, if you also pitted with before the pit window, you need to pit again. This is so obviously you're not pitting before when you're meant to be, and so on and so forth. So four tenths down on his fastest lap, Little Leech is. Probably keeping himself as consistent as possible. Bethany and Duffin in chat. Come on, Matt, keep it there. He can't moan now, haha, and 3 laughing emojis. There's still time though. There's still time. Like Matt said to me the other day during the F1, I said Max Verstappen would win, and within a couple laps after that, he crashed. So, like Matt says, just give it time. So we are also on lap 38 of 42. Also after this we will be having the top 3 in the commentary box to interview them on how their race went. Oh, you bellend. Sorry about that, people. Okay. Duffin and Duffin in the chat again. Liam, they don't need to pit again as they had damage. Ah, right, yeah. So, you don't need to pit again. I'm still learning these rules myself. So we're still on Little Leach coming over the line to start his 38th lap with Matahimovic 5 seconds. Oh, D-Biggs is in the pits anyway. That's fine. D-Biggs to do his mandatory pit stop on lap 40. Well, for him lap 39, for us lap 40. Matt will be pushing his hardest to get as much time away from D-Biggs so he could possibly take the chance of pitting. Dom Productions promoted to second, but if I'm correct, is also still due to do his mandatory pit stop as well. Little Leach coming around Druids. To then go down the Copper Straight to come up to the McLean. Yeah, McLean's. Go around the Clearways to go around Clark's Curve to go on the Bramham Straight. Down Paddock Hill to go around Halewood's Hill to around the Druids. Back down Graham Hill to go, down around Graham Hill to go down the Copper Straight with Dini. Now Little Leach coming up the McLean's to go around Clearways to go around Clark Curve down the Bramham Straight. 2 more people in the pit. Dean Wysocki in 6th to pit for his mandatory pit stop, and Dom Productions just on his way out of his mandatory pit stop, putting him down to 4th. Dean Wysocki still staying in 6th. We are also now on lap 42. So if Matt hasn't pitted yet, then he will be disqualified. I am not sure if I've seen him pit yet, but he has finished the race, so clearly he has done his mandatory pit stop. So we have Matthew Duffin with the P1, D-Biggs to have P2, and Little Leach to be P3. Then we're having Don in P4, Fiore in P5, Peaceful in P6, Unorthodox in P7, Kiggs in P8, Dean Wysocki in P9, NJ in 10th, Rabbit Joe in 11th, and DJ Phil in 12th. We will invite the top 3 in to interview them in just a second. As Jamie has just came back.
Sorry about that.
We are just inviting the top 3.
Yep.
Who
got fast lap in that one?
Fastest lap in this will
I think I
be
went to Fury.
Fury with 49.953. Also, quickly now, get your driver of the day in. Put your driver of the day in the comments. Jamie, who was your driver of the day?
My driver of the day has to be Matt Himovic. He controlled that race beautifully. If kept D Biggs in front, even with the pressure behind him. Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah, I would have to say
who's your driver of the day?
I would have to say the same with Matt Himovic. Drove a clean, perfect race, and also starts the season off with the first win of the season. So if you could just quickly invite D Biggs, that would be great.
And Little H.
I've invited the other 2. So we will have your top 3 in a second.
Now have Matt Himovic.
Yep.
Streams go through.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
It should be back on.
Alright, there we go.
Say again,
Sorry
Jamie.
about
Was that race easy for you, or was it quite hard with all the pressure D Biggs was giving you?
It was hard. D Biggs made it hard at the start of the race. And then he made a couple of mistakes, and I saw Craig managed to get on the back of him. No, it was hard. It was hard at the beginning. It was hard at the end as well, because my tyre wear was really starting to become a problem. Everybody was saying on the same setup I was using that theirs were overheating. I thought mine was wearing more than overheating. So tyre wear at the end was just a bit difficult, especially coming around clearways.
Anything to add, Liam?
How do you feel taking the first win of the GT5 season?
Buzzing to be back racing, buzzing to get a win. I'd have liked a bit more of a battle. We owed Craig and Dan, but it wasn't to be. I just got my head down and went.
Fair enough. Well done on your P1 as well, Matthew.
Cheers. Well done, Craig and Dom as well, by the way.
Oh yeah,
Cheers,
well
mate.
done the other 2.
Yep.
Right.
Don't think we've got D Biggs in, so we'll jump straight to Craig. Craig, that was a good P3 for you. How did you find it?
It wasn't a bad P3. It was a bit, if I'm totally honest, I was on my own all race. I got caught up at the start, and that was, well, I was on my own. Very quiet race.
Yes. So that must be a bit difficult, just being on your own, keeping yourself motivated. Just keep thinking, I was going to say, with you not catching the person in front and the guy not catching you behind. That must be difficult to keep yourself motivated.
That was difficult, yeah. I did have Biggs in my sight for a little while, but then he had the slipstream and Matt and just drove off.
Yes. Anything to add, Liam?
Like I said to Matt, how does it feel taking the first P3 of the season?
Oh, it's good to be on the podium. Hopefully we can, me, Matt, Dan and Biggs can all have a good fight up top.
Yeah,
that's what we all want to see. What was the tyre wear like? Matt said about tyres overheating. Do you have that problem?
I didn't have any overheating, but by the end of the race I had about quarter left in the bar, I think. So I did wear fairly quickly after probably 30 odd laps.
Yeah. Well done, Craig, and well done to everyone tonight.
Yeah, well done everyone for tonight. Obviously, particularly well done to the top 3.
Yeah, well done to the top 3, and say can't wait for Donington Park. That'll be quite an interesting track. See, especially with our championship leader starting at the back, and it's a track he absolutely loves. So we'll see see him siving through the field, and we'll see just a lot more battles because with Donington it will introduce a reverse grid.
Yes, it will. 3 people in the chat: Iro Pulowski, Little Leach, and Matthew Duffin, with their driver of the day of me in, as in themselves. Unfortunately, you can't pick that. Anyway, so far it should be Matt. Got to be Matt. So Fury Grandad saying got to be Matt. So from what it looks like so far, it would be Matt, which is driver of the day. So well done,
Well
Matthew
done.
Duffin, on that one. So Jamie, any final words from you?
Yeah, just brilliant night's racing. Not, I was going to say, there wasn't a lot of battles, but it was just brilliant to get the GT5 started, and I can't wait for the rest of the season.
Right, so just remember, like and subscribe, and we will see you tomorrow for our GT3. No, not tomorrow. Wednesday and Thursday for our GT3 class. So from all of us at Simplay, here at Simplay, good night.
Thank you and good night.
On this journey we will find our souls begin to intertwine. Your heart of gold so pure, divine, and I lost myself within the fire, breaking free from my desire. A heart of gold forged to inspire. It's Starfire. It's Starfire. On this journey we will find our souls begin to intertwine. Your heart of gold so pure, divine, and I lost myself within the fire, breaking free from my desire. A heart of gold forged to inspire. It's Starfire. It's Starfire. It's Starfire.
like you were already mine. Surreal to me, how you make me feel wild and calm at the same time. Never felt so alive. Thought I was crazy until I reached out and saw your hand there waiting for mine, like the stars had all aligned. I lay beside today, tonight, your vibe, desire, our eyes on fire. And I breathe your aura, can I leave your aura? You have me like gravity. You don't have to try it, it's just like a magnet. You have me like gravity. You have me like gravity. You have me like gravity. You just like it's just like a magnet. Hard to keep a straight face when I'm burning like fire, and you walk all the sides. I'm drawn in desire, and you have to think twice. It's hard to keep smiling when I try to set things straight. You don't even listen. I'm just getting late, like you're on a mission. Dawn in desire, and you have to think twice. You make me weak. You're the one I see, and I hate that I love you. I hate that I love you. If I could, and I would, come out your heart, come out your heart. I'm it's hard to keep smiling when you're closing every door. I'm trying to open. I tell you love you more, and you say it's broken. You make me weak. tell you love you more, and you say it's broken. But it wouldn't mend mine. Can you feel it wrapped around your soul with no control? You can't breathe when you're drowning underwater. There's so much water. I'll run, I'll hide. Darkness always clouds my mind. Now look behind. It's moving closer every time. I can't pretend that I have a strong defense. Darkness, my old friend, you get me till the end. At the end. Can you feel it wrapped around your soul with no control? You can't breathe.